There we go. Welcome to Seguin, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. T-Texas Tony Turnstile on the call with whoever else wants to get on the mic. Scotty B's in the house. Dutch Chattahoochee doing some location scouting in Osaka, Japan. Other areas. So shout out to Dutch. Louis Solis, your game engineer, director, and producer tonight. Doing some amazing stuff with the replays last night. If you didn't catch last night's broadcast, you got to check it out. For a DIY broadcast, I'm pretty proud of our tech hurdles that we've overcome. It's a mess. Cameras will fail. But nonetheless, we're trying to give you the best broadcast we can. Acadiana cane cutters. Oh, hey, Louis, I don't know. Can we pull up Point Streak and look at some standings? Might be like... nice. There's Sinceri still at the top, 405. I think you can go up to the the standings there. Let's take a look at the league leaders. I think Brazos Valley's still on top, and I'll see where Acadiana is on the. Yeah, I like that the laptop's already getting super glitchy. King Cutters, middle league, 10-9. Look at them stirs at the bottom, 5-14, technically with a tie. And we've won one. So we're hot. I'm wearing the exact same Mexican League jersey I wore last night in the hopes that we keep it going. Let's talk about starting lineups. Acadiana Cane Cutters in town. Leading off playing center field, Justin Williams out of La Tech. Batting the 2-hole, playing third base, Grant Como. Batting third and playing first base, Lee Amity. Batting cleanup and playing right field, number 34, Garrett Brooks. Batting the 5-hole and designated hitter from Bossier Parish Community College, Emil Estrella. Batting sixth, playing left field, Sawyer Duddleson. Batting 7-hole, playing second base, Jesse Ponce. Batting eighth, Landon Manson. Manson's the backstop. He'll be catching tonight. And in the 9-hole, Jordan Thompson, the shortstop. That's your cane cutters on the mound. They're going with Peyton Havard on Lamar. Now, for your Seguin River Monsters, you don't love. Leading off, playing first base, Connor Kaiser. Man can pick a ball and hit, and you better keep him close because he's going. Batting 2, playing shortstop, Hector Rodriguez. Player of the game last night because of a huge 2-out hit that completely turned the tides, and after that the stirs were off. Batting the 3-hole, playing left field, Garrett Felix. Playing center and batting cleanup tonight, Kyle Atkinson, Texas State Bobcat. Batting the 5-hole, another Texas State Bobcat, Alex Gonzalez, playing third. Man, he made some great plays last night at third and hit well. Could have been a player of the game himself. You need to start doing the multiples. 4 or 5 players of the game. Batting 6-hole, playing right field, Xavier Arias, the man. Love me some Xavier Arias. Batting 7th, the designated hit tonight, Logan, the Wolverine Stockton, out of Shorter, Georgia. Batting 8th, playing second base, Preston Freeman. One of the league RBI leaders, Mr. Clutch, hunts fastballs, hands, lightning speed. And behind the plate tonight, out of Nicholls State, number 47, Jaden Kalura on the mound. On the mound, a man who truly needs no introduction because he has transcended the sport of baseball, is Ryan Calvert. We had a rain delay the other night, and if you didn't check it out, Calvert got up into the booth and proceeded to throw down some of the greatest karaoke I have ever seen on short notice. Man's a lyrical genius. Also, the front man for his band, All Balls No Chain. Check them out. Totally awesome. But Calvert might be transcending just his name. He might just be Calvert, like Prince is Prince. But he's on the bump tonight, one of the league leaders in strikeouts. And we're about to get it underway here. I'll just leave the mic open, fade down the bump music, and we'll be doing some national anthems. And y'all can get patriotic. And think about joining up, getting yourself a M4 and fixing bayonets. Stand by.
Number 22, Seguin. 97, the designated hitter from Shorter University. Number 12, Logan Stockton. Stockton playing second base from UTSA. Number 3, Preston Freeman. Batting ninth, behind the plate. Number 47 from Nicholls State University, Jaden Correa. And on the bump for the Rivermont University, number 17, the rock star Ryan Calvert. This is the Rivermont was coached by head coach Cody Perez. This is my name, Vasquez. Fans, please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
All right, folks. Whoa, it's super high now. Let's go to the 8 Am I leveling out right there? I guess not. I guess we're right there. It's hard to tell. We're getting too high. Leave a comment on the audio. Need like 5 assistants on the audio and go too high. Anyway, about to get underway here. Ryan Calvert throwing his warm-up pitches. And we'll get some TCL action throwing up in your face. Direct from Seguin, Texas, folks. Sit back, smack, relax. We'll be right back. All right, about to get underway. Louisiana Tech zone, Justin Williams. Mr. Williams, Jr., 6'1", out of Madison, Mississippi. Going to lead it off the Acadiana Cane Cutters. Calvert out of the stretch. Low for ball one. About 100 degrees. Game time. 7:05 start here. The TCL as usual. The time never moves, makes it real handy to remember when you get to the ballpark. Driven up the middle, but that'll drop in front of Mr. Atkinson. So Williams leads it off with a single. No issues with that. Pitch to contact. Let him put it in play. Can't find holes forever is what I say. Second texter here. La Tech. Grant Como, the third baseman. Williams, healthy lead. Strike one. Right in there. Como's up near the top of the league leaders. I'm trying to recall the point streak. Point streak's a pretty handy little reference. Nothing's perfect. You got folks like me trying to keep a scorebook, but shout out to Suze, the scorekeeper. Ahead 0-2 now, Mr. Calvert. Crowd filing in. It's hard to tell. It's hotter temperature-wise, but the real feel isn't as brutal as some of the other days. It's my personal opinion. Williams probably itching to go. It's the TCL DNA. Nope. Fastball up. Try to get him to chase. Got a couple of UTSA guys. UTSA is all over the TCL this year. Conference USA. Oh, and he gets Como. Nasty. Calvert does it. In the top leagues in case. One down. We have Lee Amity playing first base. UL. That's Louisiana Lafayette. I could be mistaken. From the left side, Sox hiked. Williams still hasn't bolted for second. I expect all outfielders, anybody who I assume is fleet of foot, to just go. Sturs have had a pretty good success rate this year, throwing everybody out. It's not as maybe wild as it was last year. It seemed unchecked. There goes Williams finally. Kalura gets a good pitch, and I think they got him. Yep. Nice tag by Hector. Just slapped it down on his backside as he was going by him. So excellent job by Kalura. And those are the sort of things you got to do. 2 down. Keep that running game in check. He just gets out of control. And Kalura and every other catcher in the league is on notice. Like, that's coming. So pre-think your throw and your pop time and get it down there. Nice job, Jaden Kalura. 2 down. On the pulse of the string, 2-1. Not what you're looking for, 2-0. So Calvert got the bases cleaned off and work on Mr. Amity. Comes back on the count, 2-2s. Calvert knows a ton of the dudes. We have 4 guys from Shorter, and he went to Shorter the first semester of the school year last year and then was at Cumberland's. And don't get me started. That's hit up the middle, and Freeman almost gets it and deflects it. An outstretched dive from Freeman. It was kind of an in-between dive. It's like wasn't going to get to it, but you're going to dive, and it's like halfway up your arm. So Amity gets a single for that, and he's on first. But there's University of Cumberland's and Cumberland's University. I would petition those schools to do something about that, but I don't think they're gonna. Maybe it was like twin brothers started those universities and they did it to spite each other. It's like left Twix, right Twix. But and we think we got it wrong too, because I think Calvert had, it was like Cumberland's University, but it's University of Cumberland's. When's the Patriots? Somebody was, oh my gosh, step off. Got him. Oh my gosh. So Amity just goes. Doesn't matter if you go to the plate. Calvert steps off and throws back. Somehow Amity got back. Nice pitch right there. 1-1. Garrett Brooks, UTSA Roadrunner. Mr. Brooks, Spring Branch, Texas. We have some history with Ruger Riojas up that way. Calvert mixing speeds very well. Had them count 1 and 2. But yeah, Calvert, absolute multi-talented superstar. I had no idea about that man's musical chops. And I think it was the King Cutters. That was when we got that lightning delay. And there goes Amity. It's a perfect pitch to throw, and he's out by a country mile. Calora guns 2 dudes. Might want to knock that out sabermetrically. That's awful. Run into 2 outs. 2 singles, but it doesn't matter because people are running into the gun of Kalura, who's got an excellent pop time. And he'll tell you, he's like, I don't have a cannon, but I'm quick. So that's a 3rd out. And Brooks will lead it off again in the 2nd. Take a break, folks. Coming back at you, bottom of the 1st with Connor Kaiser, first baseman. He'll be facing Mr. Peyton Havard out of Lamar. Bounce to the shortstop, Thompson, who gets on the big hop and double catches. And Thompson gets it out in time. Stuck in the glove. But he gets Kaiser. I thought Kaiser would get there. Kaiser runs pretty doggone well. So first pitch, 6-3. Almost an infield hit. 1 down. Hector Rodriguez, the excellent shortstop for the Sturs. Takes the ball down, 1-0. But so many Stars had great games last night. Hector's just real steady with the glove, of course, making all the outs, and he swings through that. 1-1. But his 2-out hit when we had to have it, when we were rallying, put us on top. We never looked back. Hit it up the middle, and Havard jumps at the same time he sticks his glove down and gets it in the 1-3. Mr. Felix. Garrett Felix going to Nicholls State led them offensively, I believe, as a sophomore. Gives you an excellent AB every time. Was an all-regional selection. Because Nickel State went to the Tuscaloosa regional, eliminated, but he was like 4 for 5 against Boston College with a bomb. Fooled there. And the Havard down and in. 0-2. But I like the consistency that Felix gives you. This approach. Battles. Take a look at Mr. Peyton Havard. Mr. Havard, 5'11", Orange Mountain, Texas, Lamar. Oh, that's generous. So, Felix, you can swing at that. You ain't going to hit it anyway. So, outside corner, open for business against the Sturs. Doesn't go both ways. Reverse K, 1, 2, 3 in and flying by. All right. Leading it off, UTSA again, Garrett Brooks. Because Amity got gunned. Kalura gunned down 2 dudes in the first. Not that common. Running all over the tarnation is common in the TCL. 2 or 3 outs. Getting shot down at second ain't. So Kalura, like you said, he's like, got the Hunter Rodriguez arm, but I'm quick getting it out. And he'll throw behind you, too. Garrett Brooks. So it was a 1-2-3 inning with 2 singles. How you like that? 1-1. Or 2-1. What do I know? See? I don't know. Was that what the same pitch that Felix got wrong on? It's a little bit out, but I thought Felix's was too. So the outside corner's open. Sliced foul. Count goes full to Brooks. Sing the praises of UTSA. I tend to do that every game. Lucky enough to go there and play for those coaches. Rolled it over to the first baseman, Connor Kaiser. He'll leg it out to first unassisted, 1 down. Emil Estrella, the designated hitter out of Bossier Parish Community College from Miami, Florida. Estrella, big man, 6'3", 215. We'll be playing with Caden Monkrud of the Sturs. Twin brother Jackson on our pitching staff now. Caden signed with Bossier Parish. Ched cheese, but it's up, says the blue. Sharp cheddar. Fouled. 1-1. Was keeping track of the College World Series. Tied at 1. LSU took the first game. And then Florida went unconscious today, apparently. I saw none of it. 24-4. What happened? Oof. Good breaking stuff in on the hands. 1-2. So, as it should, championship game is going to come down to one final game on Monday between Florida and LSU. Going to be a good one. Come on now. I guess that's low. Calvert 2-2 to Australia. Big breaking ball bounced up the middle. Hector's probably going to take that and gun it. And I think it got him. Punched him out. Hector Rodriguez had to get rid of it quick. Down there. Just slung it from where he received it instantly. Throw on the money, 6'3", and punched him by half a step. Sawyer Duddleston, Arkansas Tech. Duddleston high socketed. May officially be high socketed above the knees. Respect it. Big breaker. Call it a strike if you want. Can if you want to. Didn't want to. 1-0. Wind blowing in a little bit. Last night was a whippy wind game. Kind of started that way today. Another breaker. Calls that one a strike. But seems to have died down a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty hot. The wind does help sometimes. There's if you could dial it like a thermostat. I want a little wind, not tons of wind. Hit hard up the middle, but Hector's going to play that, and he does. Man, Hector Rodriguez. 6'3", couple 6'3s for Hector. 1, 2, 3 again. Go to the bottom of 2. Stay with us. Get a refreshment. Kyle Atkinson coming up to lead it off here for the Stars in the bottom of 2. Atkinson's been an able leadoff man, betting cleanup tonight. I like him there as well. He's a high contact guy. He'll bounces it, almost a perfect bunt. That's going to be a tough play, and they throw it away, and he's going to go to second. Atkinson with a swinging bunt. Trying to look at my audio. I guess I'm right there on the audio. It's a single and 2 on the air. I'm rolling out a single. Huh? It's a tough play with him. So something doing. Leadoff runner on second, Alex Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez is interesting. He's at Texas State right now. Came from Baylor, shaking off some injuries. If you look at his numbers, he didn't get a ton of ABs and playing time because of the injuries. But, man, he is primarily a shortstop. We've been using him at third because Hector is so good. But amazing glove and a heck of a hitter. Absolutely laced one last night against Brazos. Inside, 1-0. But I like this man's game. I think he's going to see everyday starter status with the Bobcats, I'd imagine. Healthy cut there. 1-1. Atkinson jumping around on second. Going to have Jesse Ponce trying to creep over and check on Atkinson. And dirt breaking ball, 2-1. Defensively, you got Ponce at second, and you got Jordan Thompson at short. Amity's at first, and then your third baseman is Como. That's your infield right there. What's going on? Up the middle, that moves the runner. So ground ball to the right side. Alex Gonzalez handling the bat. Great piece of hitting. And Atkinson goes to third with 1 down. This go in the books as a sack, but goes as a sack in my heart because you're basically giving your team a run if anybody's making contact right here. So moves up the runner with the ground ball 4-3. And Xavier Arias face Mr. Peyton Havard. Crushed, but you got a tag on that. He does. And Atkinson runs well, and he makes it. So that's a sack fly for Arias, RBI. Atkinson scores. Arias with the sack. 7 RBI. Now your designated hitter, the Wolverine, Logan Stockton. They try to appeal to third. See if Atkinson left early. I don't think he did. I think he was just late getting back, but he pushed off maybe even a second late. So Atkinson scores. And Logan Stockton comes up with nobody on and 2 out. Breaking ball from Havard in. Good team hitting right there. Gets on, advances. I mean, that run right there is on Mr. Gonzalez. Alex Gonzalez moving him over. And then Arias is like, let's put the ball in play. Getting a run on the board. Love to see the contact. Bounced into the hole. Como gets it on a big hop. And the throw is in the dirt. And it's going to go past him into the dugout. So I think it's going to be E5 on the throw. Stockton's on. If you're wondering how well Stockton runs, I said he was on his horse yesterday on the Alex Gonzalez double, and I said that horse was Seabiscuit. I don't know. Dude was wheeling. It's Preston Freeman. Fastball up and away. Strike 1. Be careful throwing Preston fastballs. Eats them. Down 0-2 now. I don't know if that was off speed or what. He bounced a foul. (0-2). Mr. Freeman. Peyton Havard leans in, gets a sign. Nobody holding on. Stockton. I think he just run then. Outside. Nobody's covering, so Stockton just takes the base. Not sure what the thought process there was. So not holding Stockton, nobody covering second, and Stockton's given second base. Stolen base, either way you put it. Now a single scores him. 1-2 to Freeman. Shot foul. Down and away. 2-2. 2-2 to Mr. Freeman. Got the 6-year-old on the loose with a Polaroid camera as an activity, part of my parenting plan this evening. Polaroid film is crazy expensive. I'll get to that story in a second. Ooh, Freeman was kind of on the breaker, but swung through it for the K. But we get one on good team ABs. Really not a hit in that inning. I mean, Atkinson's is a single if you rule it that way, but the air gets him across. And then you move him, sack fly, produce yourself a run right there. Love to see it. Leadoff runner scores every time almost. Here we go.
10,000 feet.
Take right.
Gotta fly. Get me a ticket. I wanna feel the heat. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. Move like a rocket man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. Oh, that's right. Gonna let you go it along. Bring me along for some fun. Ha! I travel light and I don't bite. Fly over the Atlantic. Take off from a new city. Somewhere got history. Somewhere real pretty. We're cruising in London.
Is there a sponsor tonight? Daniel Pest Control. I love Daniel Pest Control. The best control. Just like Ken Phelps. Ken helps. Daniel Pest Control is the best control. Dudes do amazing stuff. All right, folks, top of 3. Game moving right along. Sturs get one, bottom of 2. It's going to be Jesse Ponce, second baseman. UTSA Roadrunner. Calvert still working. Seen some starters in this league go 6 or 7. Sturs starters, Coach Blasio's trying to limit. You guys will go 4, maybe 5. I think Longshore went 5 the other day. Kind of amazing. Calvert's with his workload near the top of the league in Ks. Mix it up. 1-0. Fouls it on. Ponce, a freshman, 5'9", 190 out of Sax, Texas. I'm saying that town right. Can't know all the pronunciations in this great state. I'm just telling you, folks. Ain't going to happen. Pulls a string. Ponce doesn't chase. 2-1. Nice changeup. It's a hammer of a schedule. I mean, that's 48 games. in 2 months, really. So some familiarity to each other. 3-1. Ball was down. And seeing pitchers and seeing hitters sometimes helps. Depends on who it helps. Depends on how you look at it. Outside, so walks Ponce. On 5 pitches, they'll bring up the catcher, Landon Manson. Manson going to Nunez out of Prairieville, Louisiana. Sophomore, 6', 175. Sporting the great Mickey Mantle's number. Oh, the Mick. Mickey, a switch hitter. Unbelievable. Who knows what Mickey Mantle would have done if he didn't have brutally bad knees from early on in his career. Unlike he did it in his 30s and in his early 20s. Started blowing out the knees. Ponce looks like he might do something interesting from first. But Kalura has already gunned down 2 dudes, so I don't know if that's decreased the appetite for trying to steal bases. And or the theory is like, we got to get, we're going to be safe sooner or later. Just keep running. Predict anything outside that Kalura comes up gunning to first. And that's lined to Freeman, who gets it off the glove. And there's almost a play at second if it was getting covered because he had to hold it first to Ponce. So Manson with a single. First and second. This will be your shortstop, Jordan Thompson, Moss Bluff, Louisiana. Also Nicholls State. So he certainly knows the man 2 feet to his right, the catcher, Jaden Kalura. A couple Nicholls State guys. Bunting situation certainly is the 9-hole. Doesn't mean Thompson doesn't rake, but 1-run ball game presently, 1-0. Kaiser anticipating somewhat in on the cut of the grass. You have to look at Thompson's hands. You got Gonzalez thinking the same thing. Gonzalez having to deal with the setting sun here at Smokey Joe. Doesn't square. Fastball inside. Calls it a strike. I love to see that because it was a strike. And I was like, we're not going to get that call because Kalura wasn't there. But that got the plate. So 1-1. Interesting. Ponce jumping around second. Fouls it off. So steal twice in the first run into outs there, but first and second, nobody down with a 9-hole, no bunts. You're going to be kicking yourselves if we work out of this because that's essentially a run if you bunt them over. Ooh. Calvert trying to make a pay for that decision. 2-2. Breaking ball was just up. Calvert leaning in, getting the sign from Kalura. Freeman checking on Ponce. Nobody's looking. Oh, jam shot, and Kaiser almost sprinted that thing down. I think he had any chance of that. Kaiser's wheels for a first baseman. We've had some pretty excellent defense at first, frankly, because we've had Gavin Milans was an excellent first baseman. And then Connor Kaiser, the master of the dig. And now we got Jake Dodge getting some time over there. I haven't seen as much as him as I've seen those 2 guys, but I've seen some plays from those dudes. So 2-2 still. Calvert trying to work on a punch out or the triple play. Ooh, off the plate and pull. Like to see it called. I don't have any qualms with that because this guy's called that inside corner when he should have. And Clear wasn't exactly there, but nice to see ump's not getting brain locked. So pretty decent zone. Full count now. Flies it out to Xavier Arias, who's going to try to track it and foul and almost goes headfirst into the fence. So we'll do it again. Ooh, wind kicking up now. It's just Elise getting what he asked for. Something better than no win. Prevailing Smokey Joe, almost always left to right. Seems to be blowing in a little bit. Do it again. Nobody else. Force it in your bag. Ooh. So looking like a managerial genius because the walk is drawn right down the pipe but low. So base is now loaded on the non-sack bunt, and Justin Williams, the center fielder, is a hitter now. Corners in, plays to the plate for those guys. Up the middle, if you can roll it, give up a run, you do that. Let's see if we can get out of this. Nasty pitch from Calvert to start him. Williams first pitch hunting. Calvert drops in some funk. I think that was an adjustment because I think Williams was first pitch swinging his last AB, the first. There's that back pick. Clear will do that. He will go fluidly with the outside pitch and back pick, and Kaiser knows that. He's ready. Almost got him. Happened so quick. 1-1. For Jordan Thompson, it can happen that fast. Nice block by Jaden Kalura right there. Saves us a run. 2-1. Bases loaded, nobody down. Calvert trying to work out of the jam. Big breaking ball up high, I believe. It's a cutter, maybe. 3-1. See him work all the way back now. Or is it 2-2? I don't know. Twos. Shot the other way on a line. Arias plays it, so that's a single. Drives in a run. So RBI single for Mr. Williams, and he scores Ponce, and everybody moves up one. Right back where we were in a jam, but the score is tied. Grant Como, only guy in the first. It was an actual non-running out. Cade. Corners in again, same situation. Bounced, but foul. Third inning. Interesting. All you're trying to do here is get out of this, limit damage. Fastball is up. 1-1. Mr. Como out of Lake Charles, Louisiana. McNeese in Lake Charles? That's what I think. Could be wrong. Good breaking stuff there from Calvert to get ahead. 1-2 to Como. Ooh. He's going to ring him on that. Very slow, deliberate strike three ring. Basically no call, just raise the fist. And Como was like, really? Okay. It was a strike, no doubt about it. Out comes Tony Perez. So we got one down. Making a change right here. Or we're talking defensive options. We want to manage load. Is the third. A lot of runners been on. %, faith. Tony Perez. Talk a little game plan approach on what we want to do here against Lee Amity. Calvert's going to stay in the game. Settle him down. Let's get out of this. Yeah, that is the Raging Cajuns. We're going to see Louisiana Lafayette. Some good friends play for the Raging Cajuns. Played on the field many a time. Memorable moments. Lafayette. Calvert. 1-0 to Amity. First baseman. Bounces it. They go home. The force, and he picks it and gets him. Unbelievable dig. Oh, Jaden Kalura. Watching that happen, we saved a run right there. It was immaculate. No, like, Kalura's like, I can't block here. I have to attempt the complete sweeping backhand pick and hope it sticks in the gloves. Kaiser threw a dirt ball there. As it sticks in his glove, and they get Manson on the force for the second out, and the bases are still loaded. Wow. That's Smokey Joe Williams making that ball stick in that glove. Bounced, and he can just step on third, but he's going to go to first. He's going that way, and we get out of it with one. Miraculous, folks. Miraculous. That was Garrett Brooks going 5-3 to third. Ends the thread. I can't believe we got that one. That was amazing, folks. Come back. Take a break.
10,000 feet.
Wow.
Gotta fly. Get me a ticket. I wanna feel the heat. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. Move like a rocket man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. That's right. Not gonna let you go it alone. Bring me along some fun. Ha! I travel light and I don't bite. Fly over the Atlantic. Take off for a new city. somewhere got history.
Still remarking on Kalura's dig. 2 runs score for sure if we don't dig that there. I love it. 6-year-olds out there trying to sell Polaroids. Polaroid film is crazy expensive. I go, dude, if you're going to sell pictures of people, A, you're probably going to take bad Polaroids because you're 6, but it's $1.75 per picture. You got to charge $2.50 or something. You know, make any profit because you're probably going to like take some bad pics, and that's $1.75 no right? It's his business model to keep him busy tonight. Havard, first pitch is Kalura, shoots it out pretty high out to left, but under it's going to be Mr. Sawyer Duddleston. Camps under it for the first out on the F7. But he can do that because he saved 2 runs on that amazing pick. My goodness. Yeah. Let's talk about UL Lafayette. So many dudes ended up at the school. Zach Wilson, Brett Stafford. This is like 90s. These dudes went to my JUCO in Cali and ended up out there. But Stafford, as Kaiser steps in, role reversal, as Scotty B said, because Kaiser's typically digging up amazing stuff at first. Bounces, that could be trouble, but as Como gets it and across, so 5-3, 2 down. But Brett Stafford with the last in JUCO in North California with me. Also Todd Perio, LSU recruit was my understanding, but people out there follow JUCO and D1 and all the baseball worlds, NAI, D2, where we end up at the schools we end up at. A lot of times you go to JUCO because you ain't doing so hot on those SATs and ACTs, and that was the case for a number of us. Hit very hard by Hector, backhanded by Ponce, and he throws him out 1, 2, 3. But we'll get back to the greatest pimp home run I'd ever seen at University of Lafayette after this break. So, pop music. So Yuli Tovar on in the top of the 4th. Change of pitch from Mr. Calvert. Did well. Worked out of a real jam. Some amazing defense behind him. 3 innings, a 1-run baseball. Tovar was, I think, our only returning Seguin River Monster last year. I like Tovar's stuff. I thought he was maybe one of our best velocity guys. What's that now? I love it. Louis Solis is updating me on the bowling world, too, which I have plenty of time for because The Big Lebowski is one of the greatest movies of all time. But Wichita State t-shirt showed up in the stands. Yuli Tovar on. He'll be facing Mr. Emil Estrella. Nope. My sabermetric. My math I was doing when the Seguin River Monsters flipped out. Tovar, Ched cheese, man. I'm telling you. I don't know if we're going to invest one of those like radar guns. I think it was like radar guns you get for a couple hundred. I'd love to know if Tovar's a 91, 92 guy. I think he is. But Louis Solis was informing me that Wichita State has an excellent bowling program. And that's important that we all need to know that because we all bowl A. None of us will ever bowl as good as Louis Solis. And I don't know if they're recruiting Louis Solis, but they should. So I'll say. So Tovar 3-0. Pumps the fastball for strike one. Just coming right at you with the heat as Tovar gets back to full against Estrella. Ooh. Off speed misses out. So based on balls, the leadoff walks. Big no-no. And Duddleston from Arkansas Tech, the left fielder coming up. Going through, Cane Cutter's going through a series of signs for Estrella and Duddleston. Big hole on the right side. Kalura is a gunslinger. So interesting. One-run ball game here. Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. No series of signs. The sign just given at the beginning of the bat. Tovar looks at Estrella. Comes set. Big breaker. It's up. Was it the heat? I don't know. 1-1. Mr. Duddleston, Arkansas Tech. Estrella's lead's not massive. And Tovar gets him swinging through something off speed, it appears. Kind of out in front. Tovar, my thing last year with Yuli was I thought electric stuff, really good stuff, but I thought mechanically he might have been flying open. And that what led to the ball being up sometimes. What do I know? Reaches for the off speed out in front. On top of it is Garrett Felix. And makes the catch, one down. So F7. The home run that makes me laugh the most sometimes when I think about it was at UL Lafayette. Brett Stafford, who I played with. I was at South Alabama. It's like a piney trees, piney woods kind of growing up around the outfield. Crushes it. Moonshot as a left-handed batter. It's way up in the pine trees. We're all just like watching the ball. And then it hits the trees. We go back to look where he is. And he's like right next to our dugout, which is so far in foul territory. I can't even believe it. It's like he was a good 60 feet from the field. He had and he wasn't jogging yet either. He had walked over to marvel at his own handiwork home run right in front of our dugout. He was 5 feet from us. And then he started his trot. Bounced over to Freeman. See if we can turn it. Hector will do it. And it gets by. There's a throw to be made there by Kalura into the sun. And I don't think they're going to do that. Backing up is Felix. So we get the force. The attempt to turn two allows, and I believe that's Mr. Ponce. Is that? Yeah, this is Manson. the catcher. So that was Ponce, who grounds it into 4-6, which gets for 1 down. 4-6, and he's on second on the throw error. And this will be Landon Manson, the catcher. Tovar. Fastball outside corner misses, says the blue. But yeah, that's hilarious. Wasn't at the time. Our dugout was enraged, but I knew him, so I was laughing on the inside. Barreled shot way foul by Manson. So 2 down. Tovar can work out. Strand, Ponce. Manson singled his last time up in the third. Very dicey third inning. I can't believe we got out of it with 1. Breaking ball, Steve Reich. I like this umpire's rhythm in that he sees it, thinks about it, and then is like, yep, that's a strike. And just pulls up his arm and clenches it into a fist for a strike. So it's like cross the plate, mentally process it, and then call it. Like he's not calling it too quick or hitching. Like the umpire's CPU process on if it's crossing the plate and calling strikes and balls is pretty good today. 2-2-2s across the board to Manson, and that's a pretty good pitch to lay off right there because that's right where you want a 2-2 fastball. Cheddar cheese up around the letters. You swing, you're missing it. Fold to Manson. Tovar. Ooh, I think he could have rung him on that one. So he walks Manson. First and second now. I think Tovar, I think this is his first year at UT-RGV. He got recruited. I think he might have been at where was he? Olu or Trinity? I'm not sure. I'll have to look at Tovar. Now you're up to 9-hole. Jordan Thompson walked in the third. And there goes the runner with 2 outs, which is insane. And they run into it, and they're going to call him out. So never make the third out at third, but double steal with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. I don't know if you do that. So Kalura's 3 for 3 on gunning people, and he gets Landon Manson going down to second. Preston lays the tag, shows the tag, and Cane Cutters, that's a third out right there. So Thompson will lead it off again. Out of the inning with a run in scoring position. We'll take a break. So Garrett Felix going to lead us off. It's a good leadoff man to have. Bottom four. Mr. Felix got rung up on an outside fastballs last time in the first. So got Havard. Bounced over the first baseman. Might be interesting if there's no covering and beats him by a step with the PFP does Havard. So 3-1 for the first out. And Atkinson, who singled on a swinging bunt, was thrown away, got to second, scored on good team ABs in the second. And we're knotted at 1. Whoop. Breaking ball, but it's low. 1-0 to Atkinson. So Kalura just gunning people out. Off speed from Havard gets Atkinson out in front. Evens the count at 1-1. Fastball, that's going to be a strike because that was closer in than the one on Felix. So 1-2. Havard, I see no activity in the bullpen. Bounced, and it's going to be foul. Atkinson staying alive. The sun setting. Outside, 2-2. Mr. Howard of Lamar. I didn't keep track of Lamar's baseball season. We did have a couple stars go to Lamar last year, I recall. Hit over into the hole. Doesn't get a Smokey Joe hop. And Havard getting a workout on sprinting to first. 2 down. 3-1, 3-1. If I was Alex Gonzalez right here, just because Havard's getting a workout, just drag a bunt down the third base line. Havard's like stumbling on the mound. He's like, dude, I'm running wind sprints. I want to run in wind sprints over to first. Como's way back. He's like almost on the cut of the grass. Just drag a bunt to third. That's what I'm saying. Checks the swing 0-1. Right. At that point, Howard would be like, I ain't sprinting over to get that. Next level thinking right there. Game tells you what to do. Flared out into right. That might actually drop, but nope. Oncoming is, sure I get the right fielder right. That is Mr. Garrett Brooks from UTSA making the run and grab. So 1-2-3 for the Stars. I couldn't telepathically tell Mr. Gonzalez to drag that bunt. So F9, 1-2-3 inning. This game is flying by. Second break. So Jordan Thompson gonna. Let me check my sound right there. I guess we're there. I don't know. 8-10 is crazy. Jordan Thompson leading it off. The Cane Cutters running in outs on the base pass. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I was always told never make the third out of third because you're in scoring position. Single's going to score you because you're off with 2. Flied out behind first. Calling for it is Connor Kaiser, and he makes the catch. And Thompson's retired on 1 pitch. Up a 5 it is. So double steal, and I don't know if that's called or if that's those dudes have the green line decided to go for it right there. Not entirely against it. You're safe. You look great. But if you're out, you look like you took away a run-scoring opportunity. So Justin Williams. One and out. Tovar misses with the breaker. Outside, doesn't get the call. 2-0. Williams favoring a close stance. Tovar, strike 1. This is outside, 3-1. Throwing strikes. If you get the walks down, everything pretty much will normalize, I feel. Got a good ball club in the stirs. Cut down on the walks, I feel. Nice pitch. Goes back to full against Williams. Williams hunting for a 3-1 fastball. Got it, but Tovar puts it on the outside part of the plate. Big breaking ball, 3-2. Like the 3-2 breaking ball, right? You foul it off. Just going to throw it out. You don't know. 3-2, such a conundrum. Don't want to chase. Could be ball 4. Got to protect because there's 2. It's everything. Barreled out into deep right center, but Xavier Arias is going to track it back and get it just in front of the warning track. 2 down. Way to come back in that at bat. Yuli Tovar, F9. 2 down. You got Grant Como. Como 2 Ks tonight. His last K was the most understated ring up I've ever seen. And I do like this umpire so, but it was like outside corner, no call, heard nothing, raised the arm, fist clenched, and that was it. Tovar starting out ahead. La Tech dudes won the Conference USA tournament last year against the Roadrunners there. Sky. I don't know. Did DBU win Conference USA this year? I can't remember how it went. DBU definitely made a regional. DBU went down into Roadrunner's house, took care of business. That was the turning point. At that point, the Roadrunners had to win conference tournament. 0-2 to Mr. Como. Pipes it. No argument there. He does the full arm ring up there. So 1, 2, 3 for Tovar. And we'll go to the bottom of 5. Still 1-1 ball game. So Havard back out for bottom of 5, officially achieving workhorse status. Want to understand, Mr. Howard? Just pumping it in, pitch after pitch. Works quick. The Stars can get to him here. It's going to be Xavier Arias leading us off, bottom of 5. Lines it. That's going to probably, maybe, nope. I don't know. They get him? Unbelievable play. Broke the bat off the end, going perfectly in the 3-4 hole, and nobody knew who was going to get it. And Havard is just covering first like a beast. I'm still saying drag that bunt. But maybe that's the wrong mistake because he runs so well. Look at him covering first. I'm talking smack about dragging a bunt, and then Howard's going to sprint over and pounce on it like a cat. So 4-1, I think, is how you score that one. Second baseman, the Havard, 1 down. And Stockton up. Needs to hit a dinger and break this tie. That's a cutter or slide piece, but it's in for strike 1. Inside. Ball. 1-1 to Stockton. Stockton right there with Felix on consistency of approach. I like it as he chases the breaking ball in the dirt to make me sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. But he'll go deep in counts. He had a pretty high on-base percentage last time I looked. Chase there by virtue of Havard just working pitch after pitch. Same spot, went back to the well. Stockton did not chase. 2-2 count now. Jams him. Stays alive. Decent turnout. There's a couple cane cutters down behind home plate, keeping track of pitches. Doing their thing. Let's see who that is. Number 11. Connor Wilson down there, keeping some kind of stat sheet. Number 35. Gavin LeBlanc. We got like a little Rapsodo or something. They're trying to get velocity. Ooh, fouled off. Good battle by Mr. Stockton. So Stockton officially staying alive as this BG song plays. Full count now. Oh, and he comes upstairs with a fastball. Tip your count on that pitch. Inside part of the plate and elevated. 2 down on the K. Mr. Freeman. Bounced up the middle. It could be a single, and it gets through. So, and he gets past the center fielder. So Freeman's going to go to third. They're going to have to cut and make that throw, and I don't know if they do. So Freeman, aggressive, just made up his mind. If it gets past you, I'm going to third. So Freeman with a single all the way to third. Everything had to go right. I just don't think they expected him to go to third. They expected him to go to second. He's like, you know what? You're still trying to get the ball in. I'm going to go make you make that throw. So pass ball away. A number of different ways you can score from third, but biggest ones, it puts the pass ball wild pitch in play for Jaden Kalura and drive him in. 2 down. Havard. Up and away. He's going to call that a strike. I might have argued that one. It's a little bit wide. Nope. 0-1, and I'd have been ejected. Havard out of the stretch. Kalura fouls it off. 0-2 now. Man, Como's deep. I'm saying a push bunt to third works. You have any kind of wheels. And he's way off the line because they're kind of doing this like half shift for lefties. You don't do it with 2 strikes. It's there. 1-2. I think Warren Laster last year, he'd lay down a drag bunt on you. Big fan of the drag bunt. Small ball. Ooh, rings him up on a breaking ball. No argument from Kalura. So Freeman's stranded at third, and it's still 1-1 going to the top of the 6th. Zach Longshore following Yuli Tovar. Longshore, Texas Lutheran standout, has entered the transfer portal and signed with UTSA. Was looking at La Tech too. Looking at a couple schools, I believe. Let's see if he can sell this one. Liam's down here selling Polaroids. He hasn't sold one yet. It's just money down the drain on Polaroid film. It's an activity for a 6-year-old if he doesn't break the Polaroid. Type ball game. Stur's trying to win every game we can and go streaking. Get back in this TCL thing because I think this team is a heck of a lot better than their record shows for. So you got Lee Amity, University of Louisiana Lafayette, Ragin' Cajuns. A lot of good baseball history at that school for sure. I don't know. The Ragin' Cajuns making a College World Series appearance? I feel like they have. Longshore loan away to Amity. This is top 6 already. 1-0. Longshore, good velocity. Good stuff. Mixes and matches. Heck of a guy. Fun interview for sure. He's a golfer. He was a good golfer, was Longshore. Go back and look at the media day. 2-1. 2-1's account. That's what Luis Solis is saying. I put stock in that. So outside with the Ched, 3-1 to Amity. First baseman, 3-hole hitter. Pulls the string on 3-1. It's a pretty dirty pitch. That's that sort of said last year went to Xavier. Jonathan Kelly was last year. Look at that covering. They got him by step. Punch him. He did. He did. He pulled a Havard. Longshore gets over and sprinted and beat Amity by just a step. Amazing play, Connor Kaiser. So 3-1. But yeah, pulled the string 3-1. That was Jonathan Kelly last year from Xavier. This Grover Monster, any pitch, any count, man. He had no idea it was coming. He pitched backwards if there ever was one. Here's Garrett Brooks from UTSA. Checked it. I'm not going to call it. 1-0. Nice breaking stuff from Longshore. 1-1 now. Good breaking stuff. Nice. 1-2. Ooh, in on the hands goes Longshore. Staying ahead of Garrett Brooks. These gentlemen will be Roadrunners together. Maybe they'll take nanotechnology 101 together. Who knows? I don't know what they got out there at UTSA. Some good schools. Roadrunners battling. It's all college players. Pay attention to your academics. I certainly didn't. That's why I hate my job. But if you're a college player checking this out, study something you enjoy. About a time machine and gone back. South Alabama and said, I want to be that history major. Good breaking stuff away. I think it goes 2-2s to Mr. Brooks. Pretty good layoff. It's a little bit off the plate, but Brooks battling. Mr. Brooks, Spring Branch, Texas. What's that barbecue they got out of the Spring Branch? At the Salt Lick? Think of the right place? Spring Branch, kind of south of Austin. Oh, pulls the string and gets his compadre. And Jaden Kalura throws a jump shot down to first, and they get him. So swing and strikeout, 2 down. The 6-year-old has successfully sold, I believe, 1 Polaroid picture. So maybe he has a taste for commerce now. And that'll keep him occupied for 3 more innings. Emil Estrella, been on base. Well, he was forced out, I think, on a fielder's choice. Walked his last time. As Longshore misses up and away. I don't know if Liam can be seen on the center field camera. Just a little head walking around trying to sell Polaroids. Longshore comes back. 1-1. Miami is a town that Emil Estrella is from, and I haven't spent a whole lot of time there. At South Alabama, we did play Miami, and they did pick our signs, and it was bad. That was, fouled off. University of Miami, Florida at that time was Pat Burrell. It wasn't his freshman year. He went off as a freshman in the College World Series, but Pat Burrell was, I think, about like a sophomore or junior when we played him. And he did hit a couple dingers against us. They were getting the signs. Robbie Morrison was their closer. I think he was a pretty high draft pick. He was an upper 90s guy in college. Longshore breaks one off and rings it. No argument from Australia. Dirty stuff from Longshore. 1, 2, 3. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th, folks. Coming back. Be Connor Kaiser leading us off, bottom of 6. Havard still going. Bounce foul by Kaiser. Havard into the 6th. I don't know if this is one of the ones where you're just like, you want them to change pitchers because you don't like what you're seeing from Havard, or it's that the old metrics of third time through the lineup, they start seeing you better. This is the third time through the lineup. See if that proves true and all the advanced MLB nerdery. Nobody can throw a complete game like Bob Gibson anymore. I wonder what the third time through the lineup was saying about Bob Gibson. Yeah, I definitely saw him better this time. Or Koufax. Or Randy Johnson. They're like, yeah, I definitely had a better chance the third time I K'd. I don't know. It's individual, depends. It's like when Schnell was dealing in the postseason, they just like yanked him and then lost the game. You're like, yeah, you might let the dude go if he's dealing. Might let the dude go if he's dealing. Because I know when I was playing, I was like, God, I hope they pull this dude. I hope he's still got a pitch count or his arm's getting tired. Because we can't hit him. Love to see Kaiser get on here. Badland, pretty good. Tell you that. 1-2. Advanced baseball metrics, fun. I highly recommend Society for American Baseball Research and getting your SABR certifications. It's an eye-opener. Kaiser. Spoiling after spoiling pitches. But really, I don't like the SABR metrics. I kind of want to talk trash about it in a lot of ways because it's not the romantic ideal I have of baseball. I don't need launch angles and all that. So in my, I guess, pursuit to be able to criticize sabermetrics, I was like, I better learn about it. Little nasty Nestor stall from Havard. And Kaiser spoils that one too. So my pursuit to criticize sabermetrics, I went down the rabbit hole, and then he quick pitches him right there and gets him to foul out. So Havard doing some interesting stuff with his windup, and he fist bumps Kaiser on the way back. Havard's got some different stuff. Round the zone, throws a lot of strikes, and now he ain't afraid to mess with his windup, which is why I say don't coach out the windup. But F5, one down. Hector Rodriguez, the shortstop. Outside ball one. The thing about sabermetrics is, cursory fans, you don't need to know. You don't need to know WOBA, ex-WOBA, WRC plus. These are all things that major league organizations are using to value players. Batting average, RBIs. Really, you can stop at ops, on base plus slugging. That's a pretty good gauge. That's about as deep as you really need to go as a fan. Figure out a dude's pretty good. You like him, you like him. Down and in, but there's some pretty interesting statistics on pitching and the valuing of these guys, and it gets even more interesting when you start looking at value and the economics of baseball and how much a win above replacement, again, weird stat, but how front offices value that and what they're willing to pay for that. Swung through by Hector. And right now the going rate for MLB, a win above replacement's worth about $8 million. Fouled off. Good job. 6-year-old selling Polaroids. I love it. To come to the stands here at Smokey Joe, Junior Flash, as we're calling him. I'll take your picture. Hit up the middle. I think it's going to be a base hit by Hector. That's an amazing play by Justin Williams, and he guns it. Almost hits him in the head. That's a single. So Hector on. Like, Hector's just like Damage, you know? It's like, I'm just trying to hit up the middle. So single by Hector. That's what we did last night when we were down. Huge hit. Now you got Garrett Felix. So maybe third time through, which is what led into my crazy sabermetrics talk, but is leading to something here for the Stars. One down. Hector on first. Garrett Felix, your batter now. Shot foul. But if WAR's worth $8 million and you got to pay Shohei Ohtani, who's stacking up WAR on both sides for pitching, dude's going to get $50 million a year. You have to factor in aging curves and stuff like that. You ain't going to get better as you get older. But it's going to be a big contract. Soto's going to get a huge contract. He's got one more year of arbitration. They don't talk about that. Agent of Scott Boras. You're getting taken. You're getting taken to the cleaners, man. Bounced by Felix. 1-2. To Mr. Felix, something going here. But it does get interesting. And all these, every single Major League Baseball has their own proprietary calculations and equations for WAR and all these other fielding independent pitching and all this that they do. And that's how they're trying to get the edge. Havard drilled up the middle by Garrett Felix. Nice piece of hit. And does it get past? No. Oh, he's going to go on the bobble. So Hector Rodriguez heads up base running, rounds it, sees the bobble from Williams, and he takes off for first and third. That is a huge, huge change with one out because Felix, and out comes the coach here. I'm going to get here. I think this is Darren Dukes. The Darren Dukes or is it the Joe Craighead? Do not know these men by sight. It could be the pitching coach, Joe Craighead. Havard, can't say anything about him, but third time through the lineup, barrel's starting to happen. That's all I know. But yeah, check it out. Support Society for American Baseball Research. Take a course, learn something new, and then you can trash sabermetrics like I want to. But it is kind of interesting. At least you understand what your favorite MLB team is doing when they're trying to get dudes on long-term contracts. And I'm a Rangers fan, so it's kind of interesting when you look at what they paid for Seager and Simeon and Eovaldi and all the stuff they're doing with their dollars, the value you can get for that. The craziest one is the Padres, though, third highest payroll. So Williams on the ball. We got a first and third now for Mr. Atkinson batting cleanup tonight. Single by Garrett Felix drilled. Pretty good hack on the breaking ball. It could be 0-2.
Dad, I got some more money.
Good job, bud. Business is booming in the sell your picture. There goes Felix. Swings through the off-speed. No throw from Manson. So they strike him out, but don't throw him out. So Atkinson down for the second out. But Felix advances. Big 2-out AB for Alex Gonzalez, who had himself a night last night. 3 hits, couple amazing plays. One he laid out in the first. Tonight, Mr. Gonzalez over 2. Oh, my feeling is he's due. Seen Havard twice. Let's see what happens. Big 2-out spot here for the Sturs. Fastball. Called it a strike. Very stealthy strike calls from the umpire. You better be looking because you ain't going to hear it. 0-1. Away. 1-1. That's the stuff you got to lay off from Havard right there to make him come back in the zone. He's got good enough stuff to make you miss in the zone, but it's a guessing game. Ooh, good hack on the fastball. 1-2. Big spot. Alex Gonzalez battling Peyton Havard. Outside, good take. Great take. Yeah, it was way off the plate, but man, you're amped up in these spots. See those bibbies hanging out there in a tie ball game? Bottom of 6. Shoots it, could be through the hole, and it gets through the first baseman. That's going to score a run, and here comes Felix. Oh, I think he got in under the tag, but the ball beat him, so they called him out. Good piece of running. I do think he was safe. I don't argue too much with the out call because he was beat. I mean, call him how it's supposed. You have replay. He's safe. I used to teach you in the old day, if you stole home, do a pop-up slide on the plate so they can see that the tag never got there. When you slide into it, it turns into this big collision mess. It gets difficult for the umpire to make that call when the ball beats you. I think he had it in his mind. If Felix maybe pops up on the front of home plate, then you see that the tag doesn't get him until after his legs cross. So Felix likely safe, but Rodriguez scores. And Alex Gonzalez does his job, reaches on an E3. Here we go. We got the replay. Let's see here. Oh, my gosh. We got the camera. I'm watching the replay. Here's the play at the plate. Ew. It kind of got glitchy there. We'll have to look at that one again. It glitched right as he slid in. But we got one. 2-1 ball game. And this is a close one, folks. We got a new pitcher on the bump, too. And so Felix was the third out there. Artiaga is 31. Jake Dodge. First look at Jake Dodge. Jake Dodge coming at us as power hitting first baseman. I was not aware we were getting some innings from Mr. Dodge. Two-way player, Shohei Ohtani style. See what he can do with Sawyer Duddleston. He's going to lead it off. Pretty good pitch right there. Call that a strike? He did. One of his stealthy strikes, I think. I think he just like says it with enough vocal. I don't know where that was. He says it with enough vocal power that it only pushes the air molecules into the batter's eardrum, and nobody else in the stadium can hear it. Turned on down the line by Duddleston. That's in the corner. Will be extra bases. Felix down there chasing it and gets it in. Good throw to third. And Duddleston psyched the double. So leadoff double against Jake Dodge. Jesse Ponce, second baseman. So considerations for cane cutters here. Leadoff man on second. Want to get him to third. Ball to the right side or a bunt. Left-handed hitter. Typically, historically in this situation, what I've seen is you give him one hack. See if you can rope a single, and then they're going to have you lay one down. So Ponce might be swinging. Takes it 1-0. So you're given one for you to see if you can make the rally happen. What you really want to do, if you're Dodge, is keep the ball away because you know he's trying to roll over on it, breaking stuff away. And he bounces it, so that does the trick essentially. And Ponce, team A B's it and bounces it up the middle. And Duddleston, the tying run, advances to third with one down. So now you got Landon Manson, the catcher, going to Nunez. And the infield is going to be in. Pick your battles. This is the right defensive alignment with a one-run lead and one out. So I don't really know where that pitch was, actually. It seemed like it was belt high over the plate, but want to know. One of the better strike zones we've had tonight, frankly. Or more consistent. I don't know how good it was. I'm not in the box. But... Okay, he calls that a strike. 1-1. Whoa. High outside. Klur jumps out to get it. These are the ones where the catcher can save the run. One down. Work back and get Mr. Manson. Fouls it off. Gets it to 2-2. Mr. Dodge's put away pitch. Dug out here. In on the hands. Dodge working fairly well here. UCSB Gauchos. Could be wrong. I think a gaucho is like a cowboy. It's like what you find in Argentina and Brazil. Gauchos. Breaking ball, and he gets him. Manson, that's huge. Manson was like, what is that? Oh, my gosh, it's a breaking ball, and it's coming back over the outside corner. I have to swing. Identified it late. Defensive swing, gets him with the K. So 2 down now. You've got Jordan Thompson. Walked, flew out to Freeman. Dodge from the stretch. Nasty backdoor breaker from Dodge to get it to 2 outs. So regular defensive alignment, just get the out. Bounced and foul. 1-1. Nickel State regional by way of winning conference, I believe. Won the conference tourney, went out to Tuscaloosa. Pretty good pitch. He's calling that a strike. 1-2. Clutter went down to his knees for it, but it looked pretty good. So 1-2, Mr. Thompson. Alabama's an interesting story. I'm still waiting to hear what happened on the firing of their head coach for gambling. The FBI involved. Scandal. But Bama did pretty good after they canned the coach. Bounced over Freeman. It gets Candy Hop. Nice play. Not as easy as it looks on Smokey Joe, and Freeman does it. So Sturs hold him there. And we'll go to the bottom of 7th. Hang in there, folks.
10,000 feet. Gotta fly. Get me a ticket. I wanna feel the heat. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. Like a rocket man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. That's right. Not gonna let you go it alone. Bring me along some fun. Ha. I travel light and I don't buy.
Havard, plenty warm. Looks like I'm good with 2. I'm good with 2 warm-up pitches. Let's get it going. Xavier Arias leading us off. Sturs 1-run lead, trying to add. This game could have been different in a number of ways, but it wasn't. So ball's down 1-0. But the official workhorse, Mr. Peyton Havard, just pumping it in there. Slider away, a breaking ball. 2-1. Honestly, if Havard throws any more, my arm's going to start hurting. On the bottom of 7th, summer baseball. And still pumping the heat. 2-2. Shot out to right, and that's going to get down fair, and Arias can run well, so he's going to go for 2. Into the corner. Up with the right fielder. He's going to hold up at second. It's Garrett Brooks out there. So leadoff double. Xavier Arias. Can that lead to more team ABs and sneak another run in here in the 3rd? So Logan Stockton 0 for 2 tonight. squares. Like what he's thinking. Takes a strike, 0-1. It's good team AB. Stockton is not slow. I mean, he will. First baseman finally comes in, does Amity. Definitely a bunt situation. He pulls back 1-1. So Stockton shown bunt twice. Squares again, pops it, but it gets bobbled. And Stockton does his job interestingly. Havard thought for second, I can get it this quick, I can gun it to third. But sack for Stockton, 1 out, runner on third. First down, it's going to be Preston Freeman. And this is the manager, so that'll do it. So Darren Dukes come out, going to change Havard. Got to tip your cap to that man. 7 1/3, 2-run ball. And lifted here in the 7th for. Let's go to the center field cam, see if we get a number off the new pitcher. But go here with it. Figure out who's the pitcher changes. So Dawson Tabor coming on in relief of Peyton Havard, who had a heck of a game. No doubt about that. Tons of work. Tabor, 6'3", 230 freshman. I just see you when you're a senior, dude. Out of Mountain Home, Arkansas. Crowner College infield in on Preston Freeman. And Freeman hunting that first pitch fastball. Tabor gets it past him, 0-1. Spot here to pick up one more. Shot foul, 0-2 now to Freeman. Love Preston Freeman in this spot. Arias on third. 1 down. Way too much of the plate. 0-2. So tagging is Arias, and he's going to make, there'll be a play at the plate. He tried to deke him. No slide. Manson tried to deke like, hey, it's not coming, and there's no slide. Somebody got to be saying, get down. But sack fly for Preston Freeman. That's why he's a RBI leader. 0-2, runner on third, 1 out. Tabor's got to waste that pitch, and Freeman gets a sack. He drilled it pretty hard to center. So sack 8 for the second out. He drives in Arias. Huge leadoff double scores. Now you got Jaden Kalura. Good piece of hitting. Good piece of two-strike hitting, mind you, from Mr. Freeman. I mean, it's those RBI situations that Freeman comes up big in. You got to put the ball in play. You got to do something with the bat. Get that run. He does it. 13th or 14th RBI on the season, I believe. Hit hard into the hole, and I don't know if they're going to get him. He's safe. So Kalura hits it hard. You got to rule that as a single. A fielder left their feet. And that brings us back to the top of the order and Connor Kaiser. Kaiser, I'm mistaken, was also Lamar, so he'd seen and knew all about Havard. That's all right. They're fist bumping after those quick pitches Havard was playing with Kaiser, doing the nasty Nestor stuff. Kaiser jogged by the mound, a little fist bump. Lamar teammates. So now Tabor misses with the first pitch to Kaiser. 1-0. Or as they call that, strike? 0-1. Glura jump around at first. Cartoon. Not even, it's not standard lead, but he does like a jump lead just to mess with Tabor. Got to do it. It's your job as a base runner. Glura's probably not going. You never know. Like to keep the hole open on the right side. And hack by Kaiser. 0-2. Dawson Tabor, mountain of a man for a freshman. 6'3", 230. Crowder College. Trey Young's Fried Chicken and Crowder. Outside, I don't think you can ring him on that. It's not a strike. They wanted it, but it's off. You'd be doing Connor Kaiser dirty. Ring him on that, man. You're trying to have a good eye. You can't protect with two, but swinging stuff you can't hit, you're helpless. Good pitch, but good spot. 0-2, but no strike. Same spot, 2-2. Keep it away from Kaiser. Out, in. Or out. Trying to pick Kalura. In that, Kalura did his job. Having annoying enough leads to just get the throw. Never know what can happen. Got a lot of the plate with that fastball, so 2-2s to Kaiser. Bounced up the middle. Could it find a hole? And it does. Perfectly between. That missed 3 gloves at least. Tabor tries to backhand it behind him. And then you got the shortstop, you got the second base Ponce, and then Thompson almost crashing into each other trying to get it. And the ground ball with the eyes, which seemed to never happen for the Stars early on in the season, are starting to find some holes. Kalura, essentially a plug in the jug on Kaiser, who would be running. You ain't doing that with 2 outs. The ball gets away, so that's the help right there. They don't see it. They got to send him. Oh, my. So, big run right there. Big run. That's a gift. So, Kalura comes around to score on the wild pitch or pass ball, depending on how he bounced it. And then Kaiser goes to third. I'm not sure. You're saying Kaiser deked him by pointing down? Kaiser Jedi mind tricks. Sure. If he did, I can safely say I've never seen that. But it led to a run. So if true, the ball goes in the dirt. That's not Kaiser. Is that Hector doing that? Yeah, that's Hector. Hector just points down like it's not in the backstop. That's graduate level deception. And believe me, folks, that's all fair play in baseball. So Steve Reich, 1-2 to Hector. I'm going to ask him after the game if he did that. It's just like all is fair in love. Yell. Swings through. And that'll end it. But we steal one on the pass ball with perhaps quite the trick from Hector pointing in the wrong direction. Now listen to the opposing team. We're trying to score runs here. So go to the top of the 8th. 4-1 ball game. I guess I'll just leave the mic open for Sweet Caroline. Or we're going to hear me cussing in the box.
Touching hand, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Seems so good. Seguin monsters. Number 33.
All right, Ruger Riojas on. I believe he slammed the door last night on Brazos Valley. Well, this is a 2-inning save. We got somebody else nasty. Oh, last night? Well, it wasn't. I don't think the run differential was enough to qualify for a save. No, I don't think it was. But for purposes of us trying to break our losing streak, it was like Game 7 of the World Series. And he shut the door. Ruger Riojas on here in the top of 8. All right. Back to the top of the lineup. I believe this is Justin Williams. All right. Just making sure. Center fielder. And Brugger Riojas on with a filthy breaker to start Mr. Williams. Oh, 2 quickly. 6-year-old trying to have a conversation in the middle of the inning. Justin Williams. Fastball from Ruger. 1, 2, 3, and Cheddar. And sit down. 1 down. Those two may have faced each other being La Tech UTSA. But that's why Ruger was pitching for Hallmark as a true freshman. That kind of stuff. 1 down. Grant Como, also La Tech. La Texter may have seen Ruger before. I don't know if that's going to help you with Ruger's stuff as he gets the slide piece in the dirt. Whew. 1-1. Riojas does a lot that you like. Works quick, too, around the zone. Electric stuff. Only getting bigger and stronger. Gets his pitch and goes. You got to deal with that. Over to Hector, and that's going to be no chance. That would have been a tough play either way. Alex Gonzalez is kind of right to try to dive and make that play because that's going to be a tough backhand for Hector. So Como's on with a single. Only way to rule that. And now you got Lee Amity, the Raging Cajun. Como needed that. He was over 3 with 3 Ks. Jam shot into the gap. That might get tracked down, and it doesn't. Atkinson, so gets it on a hop, gets it in, and Amity with a 1-out single, and it's 1st and 3rd. Got 1 down, double play in order, UTSA versus UTSA. And again, Garrett Brooks, I'm never entirely sure if guys were UTSA last year or it's like a long short thing where they just committed this summer. Brooks, look at Brooks. He might have been a sophomore. I don't know if he redshirted. He probably knows River because it's Spring Branch. Ooh, pretty good move from Riojas. So I'm suspecting history with Mr. Brooks and Riojas, same neck of the woods. Amity looking to run, certainly, on a 1st and 3rd, this kind of situation. 1-1. But with Kalura running up 1st and 3rd in a gimme, you're down by 3. You don't want to be running into outs. So, yeah, double plays in order. What's your confidence level here with Amity to not get gunned or have Hector just come home with it? Oh, ooh. He didn't get dirty going back there, and Kaiser caught the tag right on his thigh. That was way close. One more of those moves, you might get him. The left-handed move, the Andy Pettits of the world, and the deception that goes with that is a unique bird. Not every lefty has that. Some lefties just don't have that move. The same goes for righties. It's a spin and throw. There's a few righties who just are that much quicker. Shot out, and I think that's going to land foul in the Riojas breaker. But some righties have a quote-unquote good move. You better watch yourself, and Riojas doing fairly well. I mean, almost getting Lee Amity. 1-2 to Brooks. Fastball from Riojas. Huge. Nasty. Just reach back when he wants, get the high octane. And even better than that is up the ladder with good placement. Not overthrowing where it's so high the guy won't chase. He's coming up in your letters with that heat. Impossible to lay off in that count, and it's by you. Great spot, great pitch. 2 down, Emil Estrella. Riojas. He just reaches back, grabs a little bit of lightning, and then he sends it at you. And then you got to deal with the slider. I'm not saying the man's Tim Lincecum, but scout report on that dude is like, well, he's got 3 pitches. You can't hit any of them. It's just Rios poses the same problems. You could be looking for one of the pitches. You still probably can't hit it. Ooh, that's a great spot. That's the same one they got Brooks. Get you 0-2, and then he can find that little level, little upper chest letters fastball that makes you want to chase. The ability to lay off, that's very difficult. Comes upstairs with a fastball again. Yeah, Riojas' ability to come upstairs on you. And it's just as good as the skill level of the Maddoxes and the Glavins of the world painting outside corners. Shot into the hole by Estrella, and that'll be an RBI single as he stays on the slider. So, got to tip your cap there. That's a single. That's a 4-2 ball game. There's a Riojas slider, and if you can stay with it, you got a chance. But placing a fastball up around the letters without leaving it in the zone, making them chase equally, if not harder, than trying to paint inside-outside corners. Sawyer Duddleson fouls it off. Duddleson singled his last time, stranded at third, 1 for 3 tonight. Fastball in, and Kalura picks behind. I love that. I love that stuff. People are like, oh, no, throw it away. Like, he's good with it. And down 2. Curiously, I think it was the third. Might have been the second inning. King Cutters did steal in this situation. Runner scoring position on second. Estrella is shaking up with his hand. Don't think Calera won't throw behind again. Nasty stuff from Riojas. 1-2. Runners don't appear to be going. And they got him hung up. So Kalura did what he does, and now they're going to get it over to third. So good job, Jaden Kalura, and run themselves out of an inning right there with a back pick from Kalura. Tried to warn you he'd do it again, and he ain't scared to throw behind. That is just excellent. Kalura has taken 3 dudes off the base pass tonight with his arm. Amazing stuff. So that's Amity technically getting in the rundown after the back pick on Estrella. So he's the third out. And Duddleston will be up again. We'll go to the bottom of 8. So Logan Ham takes over for Tabor in the bottom of the 8th. And Mr. Felix is going to be leading it off for us. Fouled off. Now, Mr. Ham, Logan Ham, the Hammer, as I call him, was my center field camera setup interview a couple weeks ago when the King Cutters were in town. Nice young man, coming off of injury, two-way player. I don't know how much he was using him two-way at Lamar, but he pitches and played right field against us. Crushed into the gap by Garrett Felix, and he's off to the races. That'll be extra 2, if not 3. It gets away. It hits something funny on the fence, and that's going to be a triple. Oh, my goodness, Garrett Felix. Look at that. A double, triple. My goodness gracious. So leadoff triple, trying to get the run back. And now you got Kyle Atkinson. Coming over for more baseballs. That must have kicked off of something. Absolutely barreled into the gap. Atkinson, infield in, 4-2. First pitch swinging as he should be. Contact, hard contact, probably going to get in. Mr. Felix, unless you drive it, unluckily, right at one of the fielders. Up and away, 1-1. Atkinson tonight. 1 hit, 1 for 3. Scored a run. Good hack. 1 and 2. Ham. Forget the exact injury Logan Ham was overcoming. He's a junior out of Bridge City, Texas, going to Lamar. You're going to ring him on that. That's a tough spot there with nobody out running on third, but you're still in the same situation. You're still in the same situation because they're going to have to keep the infield in again for Alex Gonzalez. One down, runner on third is Garrett Felix with a leadoff triple. Logan Ham on for the King Cutters and throws a slider in for strike one. Fastball away from Ham. Pretty good velocity right there. Popping gloves. Hitting that old cowhide. Cowhide, horsehide? Llama hide? I don't know. 1-1. Pulled the string on that. Gonzalez coming in. I was trying to identify it. Off speed. 1-2. Choking and poking time. Got to get the leadoff triple in somehow, some way. Good piece of defensive hitting from Alex Gonzalez. 1-2. Drilled, got to tag up his Felix to center, so that'll score a run. Alex Gonzalez does his job on the sac fly, driving it to center, and the leadoff triple does score. So sac fly RBI. That's an RBI right there. Xavier Arias singled and scored in the seventh. Strike one fastball. Nobody on now. 2 down. Arias really 1 for 2 because he got a sack in the first. I don't think I marked him down to that. No, I didn't. RBI. It's 1-1. Logan Ham out of the stretch. No wind. Broken bat up the middle. Could be difficult. Arias beats it by a step. Clearly the right call. So Ponce hustling in on it, but Arias beats it out. Infield single. And that'll bring up Logan Stockton, the designated hitter. Down from Logan Ham. So 1-0 to Stockton. Stockton tonight got down an interesting sack bunt to Havard last inning. That was maybe Havard was thinking about cutting him down. And running as Arias, and he slides in, and they did get him. So good throw by Manson. Ends the threat. I think you steal there with 2 outs on second, but a lot of people getting gunned right now, so that's a 3rd out, and we'll go to the top of the 9th. Caught stealing. All right, this is it, folks. Let's see if we can close the door. Take nothing for granted, Stirs. Run through the finish.
Gotta fly. Get me to get. I wanna feel the heat. Huh. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. Like a rocket man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. That's right. Not gonna let you go it alone. Bring me along some fun. I drive a line and I don't bite. Fly over the Atlantic. Take off for a new city. Somewhere got history. Somewhere real pretty. We're cruising in London, yeah. And I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night.
All right. Top of 9. Ruger Riojas back on. Sawyer Duddleston. Fastball, 0-1. Tony Perez bringing out the big gun of Ruger Riojas in a high leverage spot, 3-run ball game. In the dirt, off speed, 1-1. Duddleston out of Arkansas Tech. It's a sophomore out there. Shot out, but right at Arias, and he's going to make the catch. Pitch to contact, 1 down, F9. That'll bring up Jesse Ponce, second baseman. Walked and scored in the third. 0 for 2. Ponce, a UTSA Roadrunner versus a UTSA Roadrunner. This matchup happens all the time in the TCO. Steve Rack. Well, 1 to Ponce. Swings through 0-2 now. Riojas is a pitcher. Riojas is a pitcher with good stuff, but he is most certainly hitting his spots in and out, up and down. Wanted to elevate that fastball. Not enough for Ponce to chase. 1-2 now. Ooh. Umpire thought about it. I telepathically know that he thought about it. Read his mind. It's called remote viewing, folks. Google it. 2-2. Fastball up. It's what he wanted, but too much up for Ponce. Count goes full. Comes to him with a breaker. Ponce is out in front of it. We'll do it again. What do you do with that? Somebody's breaking off 3-2 sliders. It's a guessing game in the batter's box. It's a chess match. It's a cat and mouse game. And it's slider in for the strike, but Ponce drills it through the hole for a 1-out single. Now you got Landon Manson. Manson tonight, 1 for 3. 1 for 2. He walked. Got a pretty good game throughout Arias' last inning. It's a strike. Working ahead, Riojas. I'll take the hit any day by Ponce because you're throwing strikes. And 0-2 for Riojas. I don't know how you lay off of that. Only then you weren't even ready for it, but that was a excellent fastball up around the letters there. 1-2. Manson, good layoff. No chance if you swing at it. That's a Ruger Riojas K, elevated fastball. And he gets him. Nasty. K's Manson, 2 down. And that'll bring up Jordan Thompson, the shortstop. 0 for 2 tonight with the base on balls in the third. Thompson played a pretty solid shortstop. I'm holding my breath. It stirs. Trying to get every win we can. Sprint through the finish, we say. It's a fastball for a strike. Riojas pumping in. Nothing better than your pitcher working ahead in the closing innings. That's a pretty good pitch right there. Go ahead and just call that a strike, honestly. 1-1. Belt high inside part of the plate. Good pick move. Riojas, I'm going to tell you what, he gets around fast. Teleports around on that pick move, really. You blink, you'll miss it. Hate to be a runner at first base with dirt in my eye. It's like, what, I just got picked off? A quick righty move. To strike 2. Thing of beauty. Your pitcher is working ahead with Nast. The lead in the 8th and 9th. Bounced hugely over to Kaiser. Is going to take it and step on first. And the doggone River Monsters got a 2-game winning streak. Sorry if I yelled in your ear, folks, but I was holding my breath on the inside until we put that one away. And that's a heck of a ball game all the way around. The story of that game was timely hit and great defense, and Jaden Kalura erasing runners. Ruger Riojas, Tony Perez brings him in a high leverage situation and holds him there. And Garrett Felix roping the ball around the field. All right, I'm going to get suited up for some post game. Heck yeah, folks. Go Stars.
7,000 feet.
Yep.
Gotta fly. Get me to get. I wanna feel the heat. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. Move like a rocket man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight. All through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. Oh, that's right. Gonna let you go it along. Bring me along some fun. Ha! I travel light and I don't bite. Fly over the Atlantic. Take off for a new city. Somewhere got history. Somewhere real pretty. We're cruising in London, yeah. And I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to that aeroplane.
Make it onto that aeroplane.
All
Get
right.
onto that aeroplane.
Here we go now.
Make it onto that aeroplane.
Break it down for me.
Get onto that aeroplane.
Woo-hoo.
Make it onto that aeroplane.
That's right.
Get onto that aeroplane.
Come on.
Make it onto that aeroplane.
Fly, baby, fly.
Get onto that aeroplane. Make it onto that aeroplane.
Never pain now.
Get onto that aeroplane.
Get on to the aeroplane.
Get onto that aeroplane.
Get on to it. Come on.
Get onto that aeroplane.
And land in New York City.
Aeroplane.
And I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to that aeroplane. 10,000 feet. I gotta fly. Get me a ticket. I wanna feel the heat. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. Move like a rocket man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. That's right. Not gonna let you go it alone. Bring me along to some fun. Ha! I drive a light and I don't bite. Fly over the Atlantic. Take off to a new city. Somewhere got history. Somewhere real pretty. We're cruising in London. Yeah. And I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to that aeroplane.
Make it onto that aeroplane.
All right.
Onto that aeroplane.
Here we go now.
Make it onto that aeroplane.
Break it down for me.
Get onto that aeroplane.
Woo-hoo.
Make it onto that aeroplane.
That's right.
Get onto that aeroplane.
Come on.
Make it onto that aeroplane.
Fly, baby, fly.
Get onto that aeroplane. Make it onto that aeroplane.
Never pain now.
Get onto that aeroplane.
Get on to the aeroplane.
Get onto that aeroplane.
Get on to it. Come on.
Get onto that aeroplane.
And land in New York City.
Aeroplane.
And I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to that aeroplane. 10,000 feet. I gotta fly. Get me a ticket. I wanna feel the heat. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. Move like a rocket man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. That's right. I'm gonna let you go it along. Bring me along for some fun. Ha! I travel light and I don't bite. Fly over the Atlantic. Take off for a new city. Somewhere got history. Somewhere real pretty. We're cruising in London, yeah. And I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Huh. Get on to the aeroplane.
Make it onto the aeroplane.
All right.
The aeroplane.
Here we go now.
Make it onto the aeroplane.
Break it down for me.
Get onto the aeroplane.
Woo-hoo.
Make it onto the aeroplane.
That's right.
Get onto the aeroplane.
Come on.
Make it onto the aeroplane.
Fly, baby, fly.
Get onto the aeroplane. Make it onto the aeroplane.
Never rain now.
Get onto the aeroplane.
Get on to the aeroplane.
Get onto the aeroplane.
Get on to it. Come on.
Get onto the aeroplane.
And land in New York City.
Aeroplane.
And I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to that aeroplane. 10,000 feet. I gotta fly. Get me a ticket. I wanna feel the heat. Huh. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. You like a rock man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. That's right. I'm gonna let you go it along. Bring me along for some fun. Ha! I travel light and I don't bite. Fly over the Atlantic. Take off for a new city. Somewhere got history.